Hello, good morning. I hope that you're all well and that you've had a good week. My week's been busy. My number one priority of this week, every day from Monday through to Friday, was to pack for our trip that Ray and I are taking tomorrow. Have I done that? No. I have got to do that this afternoon, otherwise we're going to be late setting off tomorrow. I'm really excited about going to Edinburgh. Ray's really excited about visiting Glen Eagles, and I will post some photographs on social media of our trip. We just cannot wait. Yesterday, Faye Rigsby, Carolina Stitcher, who does the most amazing finishing, posted some finishes that she'd done for some clients, and one of those finishes was the Anne Tom Uffendale tea towel finished into a project bag. Well, my email box and my Facebook Messenger and my Instagram Messenger account just went off like, like an alarm. It was like ping, 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 ping. And I had so many inquiries asking about when these tea towels were going to be available again. Well, I ordered a reprint of these 3 designs and they're going to be with me the middle of July. And I was going to put them on my website then, because I'm not keen on doing pre-orders. I never feel comfortable about taking money for something if I haven't actually got the product to send out straight away. But when I was replying to these emails, people would come back saying, well, can we pre-order? So I thought, it's just going to be easier to open it for pre-order. So last night, I put the set of 3 tea towels up on my website for pre-order. And amazingly, there's not many left. So if you would like a set of 3 tea towels featuring Anne Tom Uffendale, Jane Fiddes and Anne Thomas on, now is the time to place your order. I hope to have them shipped out by the 24th of July, providing the company who I am using doesn't let me down. I only spoke to them in the week about another project I've got in development, and they said to me my tea towels were on schedule for delivery the middle of the month. So they're there if you want them. This week we had a day of, Monday and Tuesday we had a day of vet visits. When I came home Sunday night from walking the dogs, Bertie was shaking his head, so we presumed that he had something in his ear, and his ear just got hotter and hotter. So Monday morning it was straight off to the animal hospital in Falmouth. Saw a very sweet vet, but Bertie would not let her look down his ear. He was crying in pain, you know, it was just distressing him. So she suggested that on Tuesday that he was sedated. So we had to get up very early Tuesday morning and get into Falmouth, and I waited with him as long as I could in the reception before he had to go in. It turned out that he didn't have anything down his ear, but he had a yeast infection, which the vet said had flared up during the heat, and it has been very hot here. So £400 later, we had some ear drops and an ear wash for a yeast infection, and we have been religiously doing that twice a day. It was a bit of a battle on Wednesday and Thursday, but yesterday he was much more comfortable about his ear being treated, and this morning it was as if nothing had happened. So that makes Ray and I feel a lot better. We didn't like going away with one of the dogs not well. they have a house sitter come when we're away, and it's somebody who they absolutely adore. It's Gemma, and Gemma's coming to stay in the house with the twins, so the boys will be so happy to have children to play with whilst we're away. Okay, let's get back to needlework. Oh, I was asked on a question on last week's YouTube about Christiana Perfect and her perfect back. And I was asked, were these stitches reversible cross stitch? Yes, they are. That is reversible cross stitching. And it's nothing to be concerned about. It's actually, when you understand the mechanics of the stitch, it's just second nature to work that way. When I chart this, I will include the stitch diagrams for reversible cross stitching. I don't know if I will reversibly cross stitch it because my intention is to frame it. The back of the work will not be seen, so I'll make a decision when I come to stitch it. Beautiful sampler, and I just love that name, Christiana Perfect. She sat in my attic project bag. Every time I go to the attic, I seem to come home with another one of these. They're so practical. I've got them in all the sizes, including the sort of like tote bag size. I love a clear bag because you can see exactly what's inside it. Oh, and it's always really nice to have something with the attic needlework branding on as well. What else have I got to talk about? Oh, as we're talking about the attic, this sampler, isn't that beautiful? This is Anne Ogston, and Anne stitched her sampler when she was 17. This is a family member, and we've actually seen Anne's sister's sampler, and it has these same initials on. I love how the person is walking the dog and the dog is on a lead. That's a really pretty sampler, and this sampler will form part of my workshop, or presentation I should say, that I'm going to give at the Attic Needlework Sampler Symposium. Beautiful sampler, and I'm very excited to present this and talk about Scottish, English and Welsh samplers. Another thing about the attic, when we were at the event a fortnight ago, Jean is always very generous and gives out some amazing gifts. And the main gift that she gave was this beautiful spool holder. And basically you have spikes which hold your spools, and you have them both sides, so you have enough to hold 10 spools of thread. And to load them, you just lift the lid and you put the spools on and off. There is a magnet there to hold your needle. Now, first of all, I chose one of these that had the attic branding on, and then I changed my mind because there was a small number that said, "May angels guard the one I love, Bristol 3 2023." And this ties in with the sampler that was featured in the Bristol 3 workshop. I did think that I had a copy of that, but I haven't come across it as I've unpacked. I haven't actually unpacked all my stuff yet. I love this so much. Jean did have a few extra available in the shop, but I believe that they probably all sold. But she is taking orders for these if you would like to contact the attic to order one. I just love this very much. I was very excited when these were passed out at the event. samplers. Some more samplers have come, and this one is one of 4 samplers that were sold in the same lot. And 2 of those samplers were stitched by Margaret Fisher's. And Margaret Fisher stitched a very, very pretty sampler. That's a really pretty sampler. I love samplers that feature houses and groups of houses and scenes. They paint a picture. That's so pretty. Margaret's verse is, "Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it." That's very true. Jesus Christ, my Lord and Saviour, once became a child like me. Oh, that in my whole behaviour he my pattern still may be. I think that's really lovely. It was stitched in 1841. I love how she has stitched these lines to represent water, and this actually features on her other smaller sampler, which I will show you in another video. Looking forward to that being charted. I'm not quite sure when, but it will eventually be reproduced. Now, the other sampler that came is Laura Macy. And this sampler, my heart went boom boom when I saw this come up for auction. Now, it's not a Bristol sampler, although there are elements in here that whisper Bristol. And I'm not sure if this is an orphanage sampler. It's possible it may have been stitched in an orphanage, but Laura Macy was from Dorset, Dorset, Somerset, Avon is where Bristol is, not a million miles away from Bristol. And you can certainly see the influence in the sampler, like the little ship, birds, the crown, the VR for Victoria Regina, the crosses, the fonts, and this linen is probably, well, I'm sure that is probably about 80 count linen. What am I saying? I'm sure it's probably. It is around about 80 count linen. This is very, very fine work. Now, I found Laura in family history records, and in one census, she was living with her grandparents, and her sisters were living with her grandparents as well. So it is possible that she's an orphan, and this was stitched in an orphanage. But I have not sort of scratched the surface of my research for Laura. I bought this sampler because I want this sampler in my red room. This will hang so beautifully in that room. I'm excited to get this charted and stitched. I'm going to need my super duper magnifier to pick out these stitches, because this fabric is so unbelievably fine. I don't know if that will show in the video. It is unbelievably fine. I love that. Time is always the problem about doing everything. Between now and September, my main focus is preparing for the Great British Sampler Weekend and my class at Hobby House Needleworks. The main focus of my work for hats this week has been preparing an extra little something for the class, and I'm sure everybody's going to love it. We're going to have some fun doing this little extra project. I've had great fun doing it this week and playing around with all the different counts. It's going to be the workshop, the main sampler, you're going to be able to stitch on 36, 40 and 46. So I've done 3 different versions of this little something, so that it doesn't matter what count your linen is, it's all worked out for you. That's been great fun. The Great British Sampler Weekend, my house has just got that little bit fuller. We really are practically there now with getting everything in, and that's, you know, very, very exciting. We've got 160 people coming from all around the world to gather in Swindon for a weekend where we're going to be focused on samplers. Sue, Michelle and myself are very, very excited about that. Cards. Well, I have received these a little while ago because I'm really trying to do these strictly in order. I received this card, and when I opened it, it was the most beautiful peacock, and I suspect that the lady who sent this made this. I think that has all been cut out and assembled as a craft hobby. The little card that accompanied it said, "Thank you." And it says, "Nicola, I'm proud as a peacock to have scored one of the red boxes. Thank you." It's beautiful. I love it. And it really made me smile when I opened it. Red box cards. Let's read this one first. This one came with some gifts. And the gifts were a beautiful project bag. Now, this isn't the first project bag I've received from this person. I have had other gifts before in the past, and her work is so, so beautiful. It has a really gorgeous charm on the zipper pull. It's got the red heart and the bee and the date. It's gorgeous. The finishing, the standard is so high. This really is a beautiful project bag and one that I will treasure. It also came with a strawberry. I love collecting strawberries. This one's really, really beautiful. It's got 2 bee charms on, 2 gorgeous counting pins. Note the rose on this one, gorgeous. And this beautiful red button, which is very, very tactile. And I love this colour of fabric. It's just perfection. I was so excited when I received this. The card was Anne Forfeit. So this isn't a card from the box, but it's one of the hats cards. Now, I'm not going to read the first paragraph because it's personal. But I'm going to jump into this letter. "I made you a few things that represented you in hats. Red for love and passion, bees for busyness and industriousness, flowers for beauty, and a rose for love. I do hope these pieces represent a bit of me and my love and caring for you." Yes, they do. "Thank you for allowing me to take a trip with letters from Europe. I haven't had that much fun in a long time. My summer will be busy with camping in the backcountry next to the mountains. It's a glorious place to enjoy. It is our cabin in the woods. 1 week of vacation, we will be travelling along with my 4 daughters and their families. We will meet up with my son and his family 1,600 kilometres away. We will spend a week camping, swimming, hiking, laughing, playing games, taking in some heritage events, antiquing, I hope, and anything else the crew can come up with. We are a group of 25, so we move in a large circle. Have a wonderful summer, and my love to you, Ray, and the fur babies, with love and appreciation." That's lovely. That sounds like the perfect summer. And when you get together like that as a family and you do those sort of events, the grandchildren will carry those memories through to the end of their days and pass them on to their children. Those sort of times are so, so special. Thank you for everything. I love everything. This was a lovely card. Wishing you the most amazing year as you celebrate your 60th. May you soon travel to all the places your special boxes now reside in. Thank you for bringing so much joy to the world through glorious samplers, and thank you for giving a voice to the ladies and lasses of long ago. Thank you so much. This card was beautiful, and there was a matching envelope in which was delightful as well. I think this probably gives a clue to the country that this card was sent from. I'm hoping to be visiting that country before too long. This was a card, Maria Ewing, which was Queen of the May. And it says, happy birthday and thank you so much for the lovely red box. And there was a letter with it. I was so excited and felt so lucky to be able to secure one of the red boxes you so lovingly created. The contents are out of this world. I'm so pleased that you feel that way. Thank you so much for putting it together. I can't imagine all the work that went into making this gift to us all possible. I've started Fanny Hussey and I'm loving working on her sampler. A little bit about myself. This is the bits I love. I am one of those who started cross-stitching probably in the 70s, can't remember for sure, and then stopped to take up quilting in the late 90s. Then about 3 years ago, I got the cross-stitching bug again. Quilting is still my biggest passion, so it's quilting during the day and cross-stitching in the evenings. I love them both so much. I've always been one who must keep my hands busy, and all the cross-stitch projects definitely meet that need. I've purchased a couple of hat samplers and have only started Mrs. Campbell, which I'm really enjoying working on. I can't wait to get it finished. Other than that, I am the mother of 2 beautiful daughters, one in New York and one in California near us. Our daughter here has 2 beautiful children, 6 and 9, whom we dote on as often as we can. Our daughters were born in Germany in the late 70s when my husband was stationed as a civilian. We lived in Germany for 5 years, and before the girls were born, we made a trip to London from Calais to Dover aboard a hovercraft. What a memorable trip that was. We really enjoyed our visit to London and returned again about 10 years ago after a cruise on the Queen Mary from New York to Southampton. We were about to take a trip to New York to visit our daughter and her husband, and afterward we're going to swing by Hobby House Needleworks. I can't wait to use my coupon from my red box. I love watching your YouTube videos where I learn so much from you. Thank you for all you do, and once again, happy birthday. Oh, that's so lovely. Linda and I are going to be taking a trip to Hobby House soon as well, and going through New York. Funny enough, last weekend a group of us booked our hotel for when we actually go into New York. We're flying into New York, then the next day travelling up to Hobby House for the workshop, and then we come back to New York where we're meeting some other friends, and we've been busy planning some things, New York type of things to do. And it's amazing how much of our talk about our plans from New York, about what we're going to eat. I hope that we go to somewhere where you can get the most disgustingly naughty ice cream sundae. Nobody does desserts like America does. Talking about Hobby House, I've been talking to Kathy and David this week, and we are planning our event for 2024, and it's going to be in the fall when the leaves are turning. When I went to Hobby House last year, I was blown away with the colours of the foliage, and every day you were there you could see this difference in the colours. It was just so beautiful. So next year's event, which is going to have a twist on it, is going to be in the fall when the leaves are turning. So pencil that in your diary. We've got some absolutely fabulous fun things planned for what will be a very special weekend. Okay, I think that is about it. I better go and do that packing. I like packing and I dislike packing. It's making the choice of what to take is always hard work. This weekend, or not weekend, this sort of several days away, does involve some events that we've got to dress up in. So I've just got to sit down and plan very, very carefully because I don't want to travel with a lot of luggage. Okay, until next weekend, stay safe, stay well, stay safe. Oh, and when I am in Scotland, I've got a surprise for you. So keep a lookout on my social media posts. Bye-bye.